What the heck was that? I'm blown away. I've never seen a game end as badly as this game. I've never actually ever witnessed a team give away a game to a horrible football team like the Cardinals just did. I have never in my life, watching the 0-16 Detroit Lions, watching the Cleveland Browns every single year, watching the New York Jets, living in Denver watching the Broncos suck the last 8 years, and being a Cardinals fan for so long, I have never seen a team lose the way that the Cardinals just lost today. You get out to a 26, let's look at the box score. You get out to a 21-6 lead in the first half, and then you score 0 points in the third and the fourth quarter. You score 0 points in the second half. No points. 0. You take your foot off the gas again. You stop doing what's working in literally just the first quarter and a half of the game, just like you've done all season, and you putter out to nothing. And you let teams like the Saints come back into it. You let teams like the Panthers come back into the game. And you let the Titans do what we're going to cover. You've got control in this game. And then you get into the second half, and then your offense just disappears as usual. Kyler Murray is showing no energy. The offensive play calling is dog water, but your defense for the most part is holding the Titans to nothing. They're keeping them from doing anything. So for the third quarter, pretty much nothing happens at all. DeMercado has a 72-yard run that should be a touchdown, but his ego and his brain and his pride get too big for him, and instead of walking into the end zone like a professional with the football and then dropping it after you've gotten all that hard work to get to the end zone after rushing for 72 yards, you then can drop the football. He decides instead to flip the football at the 1-yard line. I don't have any idea how anyone at the professional level fumbles a football before they get into the end zone. And it happened last week with, I think, a Jets player or a Carolina player. I don't know who it was, but I know it happens way too much. And now DeMercado is the most recent acquisition to being the clown of the freaking week. Just put a giant Cardinals logo right here on the center of the screen with a clown logo. You are the clowns of the week and maybe for the season. This is an absolute embarrassment. That DeMercado run would have put the Cardinals up 28-6. It would have been the dagger that put the team away. Heck, maybe the Titans lose all momentum there. Maybe they do nothing for the rest of the game. Knowing us, we would have still made it interesting. But DeMercado should be on the practice squad by next week, and I do not want to see him on the starting roster until he proves he is going to be a disciplined football player. Titans come down. They immediately respond by scoring, but the extra point is missed, so it's still a 2-possession game. It's now 21-12. Even with all of our screw-ups, we could still win this football game, but there was just something in the air. You just felt it. Something was going on. You just felt that maybe it wasn't going to work out that well. Oh, well, with an offensive coordinator like Drew Petzing, it wasn't going to work out that well because we ended up just punting the ball right back after the worst possession and 3 straight play calls that I've ever seen this season, giving the Titans the ball back. But the Titans don't come down and score this time. Cam Ward throws an interception. Yay! Yay! We got an interception, right? Wrong. I don't even know who intercepted this football because I haven't had enough time to go back and look at it. Whoever it is that got the interception makes, again, just like DeMercado, a great play to get all the way to where the success was. And then they decide to do the Cardinals thing. They fumble the football. The guy who intercepts the football fumbles it. And then 3 or 4 Cardinals make an attempt to get the football while pinballing it in between their legs backwards further and further, 10 yards back into the end zone. It's remarkable that the ball even made it that far backwards in the first place without someone landing on it. It's even more remarkable that another Cardinal doesn't fall on it. And then it's even more remarkable that a Titans receiver then falls on the football in the end zone for a touchdown. I have never seen a team get an interception and then fumble that interception backwards 10 yards to allow the team that they just got the interception from to then score a touchdown. But then at that point, you still have a potential to somehow win this monstrosity of a football game and somehow still pull off the victory. But the Cardinals get the ball back, and after some horrible time management, we punt the ball back to the Titans with the 2-minute warning, and they still have 1 timeout. At this point in the game, I knew the Titans are probably going to win, and it's probably going to happen on a last-second field goal. And just like we've seen the last 2 weeks of Cardinals football, football. The Titans storm all the way down the field. They kneel the ball down. They call a timeout with 3 seconds, and they kick the game-winning field goal to beat us again. And that's the third straight game the Cardinals have lost on a last-second field goal. But this one feels a little bit different. This one feels like you had the game completely under wraps. Pretty much a 99% chance of winning in the third quarter and into the fourth quarter. And still somehow you figured out how to lose. To make it also worse, this is the worst team in the NFL so far this season. The 0-4 Titans have looked like garbage so far this year. This may be the boost they need to actually have a productive season. How do you make such poor decisions over and over and over and have such a perfect set of events happen over and over and over to cost you the football game like that? It actually blows my mind, and I've watched so many weird Cardinals losses in my day. It's a dang good thing I live in Denver, because I can at least watch the Broncos be good this year. They beat the Eagles today, who won the Super Bowl last year, and unlike the Cardinals, they were able to finish their game today. During the dumbest Cardinals play I've ever seen with DeMercado, the defense basically giving up on the game, butterfingering the ball into the end zone, I saw two very important things. I saw the offensive coordinator make the worst play calls I've ever seen in crunch time in a game that we had to win. But I also saw Kyler Murray just kind of there, just hanging out, just kind of doing this the whole time. We are paying this man a buttload of money to be the leader of our team in situations like this, to be the Josh Allen that goes and gets the win, that goes and audibles the play to get the first down, that goes and uses his feet to win the game for us in the situation where he needs to take the reins. Kyler Murray showed no urgency today. He showed no heart when it mattered most, and he didn't seem like he gave a single crap. And considering we're paying him buckets and buckets of millions of dollars, today was the final straw with him. I've seen all I need to see. I already had seen enough, but now I'm just completely ready to be done with the Kyler Murray era. Get him out of here. I don't want him on the team anymore. I don't want this guy to be our quarterback anymore. This coaching staff needs to be completely changed because the culture in Arizona is garbage. The guy definitely has athletic ability. The guy shows talent. The guy shows flashes of brilliance in almost every game. The problem is he gives you that for maybe 10 plays a game, and that's it. And the rest of it is just complete crap. Kyler Murray went 23 of 31 for 220 yards today. No touchdowns, no interceptions. He had another couple of throws where he threw it into the dirt in between two receivers where there was nobody in the area. So we can't blame it on Marvin Harrison Jr. this week. If you paid me hundreds of millions of dollars, you better believe I know the playbook front, left, and back. And you better believe that in the situations where we need the wins like we needed today, I'd be putting my head in that lineup and I'd be yelling at everybody and I'd be trying to get them together as a team and I'd be going in there and I'd be trying my best to get the win. But Kyler Murray just doesn't care. I'm sure he's a really nice guy, but he is not the quarterback I want for the Cardinals. If the coaches do not discipline the players this week and chew their butts out for what they did this week, then they should all be fired. Every single one of them should be fired. No more coddling. No more being like, oh, it's okay, Amari, that you fumbled the ball at the 1 yard line, even though that would have won us the game. It's okay, buddy. It happens to the best of us. We know you're a good guy. It's okay. Enough of that. Teams that are winning have a different culture. They don't put up with people doing that stuff. They don't pay a quarterback who hasn't earned it yet. And aside from the year that they went 8-0 before losing the rest of their games of the season and then having a horrible performance in the wild card, Kyler Murray has not earned anything. And for those of you Kyler Murray lovers out there, I have no idea what's wrong with you guys. It has been 7 years too long. Even with the poor coaching, with a good quarterback in that situation, we still win the game. The one bright spot of the game for the Cardinals is that Marvin Harrison Jr. had 4 catches for 98 yards. So finally, he started getting involved in the offense a little bit. I would say Dadrian Taylor Demerson had an absolutely fantastic interception because up until he fumbled it into the end zone, it was a really good interception. But the fumble into the end zone makes that completely null and void. So I'm taking that one away. Even as someone who graduated from Texas Tech and you went to Texas Tech, that ain't good enough, my guy. The defense had 0 sacks. How do you have 0 sacks on a quarterback on the worst team in the NFL? Oh, but Kyler Murray got sacked like 3 times, I believe. One of the fastest quarterbacks in the NFL, if not the fastest quarterback in the NFL, got sacked 3 times, and Cam Ward got sacked 0 times. What are you doing, Josh Sweat? Cam Ward was 21 for 39. He dropped back for 39 pass attempts and wasn't sacked at all. But this loss kills the Cardinals season. The Cardinals season is practically over unless there's some sort of a miraculous change in the locker room, some sort of miraculous change change in the brains in between the ears of the players and the coaching staff unless something happens differently. The coaching staff will probably be completely sacked at the end of the year, although knowing Bidwell as the owner of the Cardinals, that ain't gonna happen. But hey, at least we'll look really cool while we lose in all our sick new uniforms. The next opponent for us is the Colts on the 12th, and that's already gonna be a loss. And then we play the Packers after that. You think things are gonna get better when we play the Packers? Yeah, right. The stats may show that the Cardinals are 2-3 with the 3 losses coming all on last-second field goals, but the stats should also show that this team has looked like garbage through most of the games this year. And after watching a bunch of good football teams play, our team is just not as good as them. But I have never ever in my entire life been this embarrassed by a Cardinals game. And I'm going to take this Hopkins jersey off. The worst team in the NFL as of this exact moment is the Arizona Cardinals. If you enjoy watching my pain and anger, subscribe down below. I follow all of the teams in the NFL, so if you subscribe to this channel, you're not just stuck with the Cardinals. But unfortunately for me, being from Arizona, I am a Cardinals fan, and that means I make an extra video every single week about the Cardinals usually. I mean, we'll see how long that lasts, if they even freaking deserve my time, because right now I don't think they do deserve my time. But if you want to watch some of my entertaining content and goofy content that's usually not as angry as today, then please hit the subscribe button down below. I'll see you tomorrow with my next video about the Cardinals fans' reaction to the Titans game, and then I'll see you later in the week with the NFL Week 5 recap. So long and have a fantastic evening, everybody. I will see you guys later. Wapa and bye-bye.